BS Show Season 5, Episode 11. Strong Gankars, Adam Tiny, Justin Chasmore. And boys, one game over 500 last week, two games over 500 this week. And I mean, I feel like we're lingering at the 5-4, 4-5 record every week. One of these weeks, we just need to push through to 6-3, 7-2. But hey, we say it every week. It's a year after year process with this. We're in the time of the year we hit our stride. Why not keep going now? And a winning week last week. Let's keep it going. How we feeling, boys?
Yeah, you guys made a pretty good point pre-show that I'm either on fire or ice cold. So I would love to get a nice little, 8-1 streak going for the boys because that's always a good time. But no, it's good. It's good to have a couple of weeks going. So bye weeks this week, and I hope Gonzo's with me Thursday night because I really like one bet. But we'll see.
Yes, I mean, this point of the year we're up, 2 games over 500. If we keep stacking winning weeks, obviously we'll end with a winning year. But like AT said, hopefully we get AT hot like he was at the end of last year because that was something crazy. When AT gets hot, everyone just don't think about it, just tail AT. And but yeah, let's get that run. Me and Gank, let's stay consistent and let's take this over the top.
Yeah, I need to find something here. Chaz, you're 17-13s leading the way, and I'm sitting at 14-16. Every time I get a little closer to 500, that 1-2 week hits me. So hopefully I could at least hit that mark and start taking it from there. But as always, let's go Thursday night. Chaz starting with Gonzo, and he's got a fun one for us. The Titans, 3-point dogs in Lambeau. Titans doing what they do best, winning regular season games before getting exposed in the playoffs. Find a way to beat Denver last week. Somehow, some way, that great Denver defense bit harder than I've seen on a flea flicker in fucking years, and it cost them. But Jazz, who's Gonzo got this week?
Yeah, honestly, this would have been the one week that I went against Gonzo if he would have taken the Titans, but he's on the pack. And I am 1000% on the pack here too. I think last week, obviously, I know me and Gank like the pack plus 5, and obviously they pulled out that game. Titans, I thought they were probably dead after Denver took a 10-0 lead with Denver's defense, how good they are. But obviously that was a tough L, especially for our locks. Gank could have used the Denver plus 3 there, or whoever had him. But yeah,
it was Gank. It was Gank. I shit on it. It was Gank.
Yeah. I'm with Gonzo here, though. The pack, huge win for him last week. The emergence of Christian Watson scoring 3 touchdowns, I think, was huge. They have their go-to guy now. And the Titans, we keep saying it, they're not a very good football team. They beat bad teams. They beat another bad team last week. Going into Lambeau is going to be a different beast. I think Derrick Henry probably will have a big day because he probably should have 25 carries this game. But I think the Packers got a little spark. We saw the spark last week with Tampa Bay and what that did for them. And I think it's going to be the same thing here with Green Bay. Give me the pack at home, prime time. I think Rodgers plays pretty well. Let's go 23-16 Green Bay.
Yeah, I am so pumped. Gonzo's with the boys. I am big on pack here. I just see it as a push at the worst. The thing with the Titans, and I got to say, I feel like I'm the guy that shits on a lot of coaches and gets them fired. I got to give some credit to Mike Vrabel. That dude can coach. Say what you want, but he has consistently not had the best roster and been losing guys. You lose A.J. Brown, you lose a few guys, and you just go, again, start winning games. Beating bad teams is one thing, I agree, but wins win. NFL, it's tough to win, and he consistently wins, so give some credit there. That being said, love the pack. We've seen this from Rodgers numerous times. If it wasn't home, I'd feel differently, but Aaron Rodgers at home, when he's playing with confidence, it's just too much. I think Tennessee hangs around. I kind of like the points here because the Packers defense hasn't really impressed me much recently. And I think Henry will have a big day, which means Tannehill can have some points as well. I got both my fantasy quarterbacks going, so I'm just taking the over because I think it's a little biased. But that being said, I think it's going to be a fun one. I like Rodgers to sling a few more touchdowns. And I think the Packers get another win to win 2 straight and get themselves right back in the playoff hunt. I'm going to go 28-24 Green Bay.
Yeah, we're right now on to be on the Packers here in this one, and Adam, I will say this about Vrabel. He does deserve some credit. I mean, Tennessee, year after year, they do come out. They win games. They find themselves in the playoffs. Somehow it's a 1, even a 2 seed in the AFC. But year after year or two, they had that one little run a few years back. But other than that, they kind of nothing really show for the playoffs. And we all still know I don't believe Tennessee's this great team. So I'm with you guys here. I'm with Gonzo. I'm with everyone. I'm definitely going to take the Pack. Big, big, big comeback win in the fourth quarter last week against a good Dallas team, down 2 touchdowns and everything. It's those type of wins that could ignite a team that is led by Aaron Rodgers. And, a short week here, turnaround, coming back home against a Titan team that's obviously been playing well, winning games, 5 out of 6 after their own 2 start. And, you win back-to-back games like that. Also, and everybody starts all eyes on Aaron Rodgers again, and let's see what he can do coming into the final stretch of the season. So I'm with you guys. Give me the Pack. I will have this game going over. A little less points, though, Adam. I'll go 27-21.
Pack, baby.
Go Pack.
One time. Chaz, your Ravens, fresh off their bye week, hopefully having Mark Andrews back here. Believe the biggest spread of the week. I haven't really closely looked, but 12.5-point favorites at home against the Panthers. Over under 43.5. Feel like the Ravens are usually pretty good after the bye week. How they do this week?
Yeah, they are historically pretty good out of the bye. And Lamar is usually pretty good with games like this. They usually don't really mess around with. They usually come out and take care of business. And Carolina, obviously a big win last week against the Falcons at home in that rainy, gross game. A long week, but now we got Baker Mayfield starting for Carolina this week. No PJ Walker, and obviously Baker is someone that the Ravens know very, very well. So I think that only hurts them in this game. We've seen Baker play this year, has looked pretty horrific. I think the Ravens, like we said, off a bye. Really easy schedule the rest of the way. I think they know that they have a legit shot of getting a 1 seed, honestly, at this point, with the Bills losing. If they can win out, it's possible, and I think they take care of business here. Healthy at home against a bad team, I think it makes sense. So let's go Ravens 31-13.
These points scare me because the Ravens just have blown a few leads. I do like the over, and I see it as one of those things we talk about every week where one team will score 30. And the Ravens, their defense with Roquan is going to be very good. That guy's a stud, but I'm not ready to give him this many points just yet. I think Baker, every time he kind of is doubted, does come out and show a little bit. I see it as a 10-point game, so I'm going to take it there. I think Lamar has a pretty big day, but the Panthers defense keeps them in it. Offensively, they score enough just to maybe even get a backdoor cover here late in the game. Just sounds like something the Panthers would do. So I'm going to go 27-17 Baltimore, but a little bit of a stay away with that 12.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on the Ravens here too, and I just think it's due to the fact that next week to prepare for a Carolina team that, outside of divisional games for some reason just have not been good this year. And Adam, as you said, the Ravens have blown some fourth quarter leads, but it's kind of a lot earlier in the season. They've been, I feel like, a lot better closing out games recently. I think hopefully they learn, and I think, when you look at the NFL, during my random thoughts today, I was kind of going through it. I got a list of 10 teams that I think could win the Super Bowl, Ravens being one of them on that list. And I think they come out swinging here, kind of keep showing who they are. That 1 seed, the AFC, is wide open. I still think they have a chance to get that. And I like the Ravens pretty big here at home, Chaz. I'm with you. I think their defense at secondaries had problems. Everything's they keep getting better as the season goes along, that defense. And they honestly may be the scariest team in the AFC by the time January comes around. So could starts this week after the bye, get moving. Give me the Ravens big 31-14.
Healthy Gus Edwards is good stuff too for me.
Hey, Chaz, is gonna be the one there? I got him in a league. Is he getting
Kenyon Drake has looked good, but
yeah.
Gus the Bus is the man to beat.
Yep. Yeah, they love him there. They do.
They do.
I do like Gus and what he's doing, but when you draft him in multiple leagues last year, and then 2 days later he
Gets hurt.
practice, you get a little angry.
Yeah,
You don't
no,
trust him. He's
Yep.
like,
Yep.
all right. Staying with AFC contender here, Bills at home against the Browns, 8.5-point favorites, over under 43.5. Chaz, I believe you mentioned on the pre-show here that a potential 2 feet of snow in Buffalo is open this week. And then, as we said, if that is going to be the case, we all know that's advantage Cleveland Browns. When you can run the ball as well as the Browns can, that's the type of game you look for. That's your great equalizer, especially playing a good Buffalo team. Coming off a brutal loss to the Vikings, too. I know, I'm not saying losing to the Vikings is a bad thing, just the way that all happened. Wild game, arguably best game of the year so far in the NFL. But with that said, I still don't think Buffalo is a place I really want to go to right now if I'm Cleveland. I understand they do run the ball well and everything, but I think Buffalo's offense, if needed to, can get things going on the ground, especially due to the fact that, you got Josh Allen, you got Devin Singletary, you got pieces. And while the Browns, as much their run game's better, and I probably will take them to cover 8.5, I still don't see, no matter what the weather is, how they could come into Buffalo and win this game. So I'm going to take the Bills to win. I'll take the Browns to cover. I'll probably stay away from betting this game in terms of the spread here, though. But give me the Bills. We got some snow on the ground. Maybe a little lower scoring again. I'll go 23-16.
I kind of like the Browns to cover here, and scary. I kind of like it a lot just because of what I've seen from the Bills is they can blow out a team, but when you can hold the ball against them and run the ball against them, you can have some success. And the Browns, Chaz said it pre-show, Nick Chubb's gonna have like 57 carries. So I just with the weather and this 8.5-point spread, I see this as a 1-possession game. I think something's a little bit off with the Bills right now. They're not quite. That's a big loss they had last week, a heartbreaker. And I think teams kind of tend to slow up a little bit. Yes, it's at home. If it wasn't snowing, crazy weather, maybe I'd pick the Bills to cover. But I like the Browns to cover here. I think it's a game that plays well into their hands. And Jacoby Brissett plays mistake-free football. They come out. I don't think they're going to win, but they keep it close. Low scoring, not a fun game to watch. A lot of broken tables in the snow. I'm going to go 2014 Buffalo.
Yeah, this is obviously with the snow, I think my pick would be different, but I'm with AT. I think 8.5 is too much. Obviously, the Browns just got shit on by Miami, and obviously the Bills are coming off 2 losses, so a lot of people are probably expecting the Bills to blow the top off the Browns, especially at home here. But if there is snow, and it's a factor, like we said, it plays right into the Browns' hand. Nick Chubb, realistically, will probably have 25 carries. And if you give him 25 carries, the Browns are going to have a chance to win. Obviously, the Bills are a better team. They have Josh Allen. I'm pretty sure Josh Allen last two games or 3 games has 3 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Pretty sure he leads the league in interceptions. So, he's definitely got to clean some things up if they want to do the things that everyone thinks they're capable of doing. But I think at home in a snowy game, the Browns are just kind of built for that type of game, where I don't think the Bills exactly are. I think the Bills win it, but I think it stays close. 23-17 Buffalo.
Bills need to win this, I feel like.
Yeah, I think
They'll win, but
but I think it will be close if it's like if it's actually snowing during the game. Like if it snows 2 feet Saturday, it don't matter.
Yeah, I agree. At the same time too, and I know this ain't fucking Belichick and Brady together, but we have seen games like this and teams like New England, where Buffalo does have an electric offense like that, go out and score fucking 50 in it too. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the Bills bounce back. They could explode, or they could have a hangover from last week. So we'll see.
Yeah, because that's as a deflating loss as you could probably have.
At home,
just you won it, and then you fumbled the snap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
They tweeted they won it.
Did they?
They tweeted game over
Oh my god! I didn't see
Yep.
that.
after the stop. Yeah.
No, I was ready to go off too about how game on the line, Kirk Cousins couldn't get 2 inches to get in the end zone too, and get a job done.
Well,
for
they
him.
had 12 guys on the field too that they missed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, say what you want about Kirk, but he played well enough to win last week. So,
Then Justin Jefferson made the catch of his life.
yeah, I mean,
I don't know how he catches that football. It makes no sense.
I mean,
But-
Kirk definitely did enough to keep them in that, but 30 for 50, 350, one touchdown, 2 picks. Couldn't cross the plane when it mattered most. Like, I'm probably nitpicking, but he did do enough to keep him in, but I feel like he got bailed out by a 75-yard run and an incredible catch from Justin Jefferson, too. And a stop from the defense.
Even if they lost, though, I said this before. Even if they lost, like the fact that obviously they were down, they could have folded. But and I feel like a Vikings team in the last few years would just laid over, and Kirk would have thrown 4 more interceptions. Like they came back, and I think that shows a lot. And I mean, obviously they're 8-1 now. Like the Eagles lost.
I don't get this Vikings team, too. Though.
If
They
they can get a 1 seed,
watch out.
they can make the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, Minnesota goes to Buffalo, comes back from that, but Washington, Detroit, Chicago, like all these teams, Minnesota's up 2+ scores in the second half against them. And next thing you know, we're watching the fourth quarter with the chance for Minnesota to lose against these teams too.
Yeah.
I can't figure out their games and how they are as a fourth quarter team, but that was definitely impressive Sunday.
Well, they got a big one this week, which we'll talk about shortly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. All right. Sticking with NFC contenders here, Philly off their first loss of the season, 6.5-point road favorites against the Colts. Over under 44.5. And Chaz, I think we were talking last night. It's officially official. If the Eagles have one glaring hole, it's their run defense. They can't stop the run. They can't tackle for some reason either. I mean, you were watching Brian Robinson carry 6 guys on his back for an extra 6 yards yesterday, almost taking it into the end zone. And that's a problem that needs to be fixed because, Chaz, as you said, Jonathan Taylor this week still has Saquon twice, Aaron Jones next week, Alvin Kamara, like Derrick Henry. They got some dudes at running back that they're going to have to face, and they can't figure out it's going to be a problem because it was already been known, but it was officially exposed last night. And with that said, because of that, I love the Colts to cover 6.5 here. Washington showed, if honestly easier said than done, but easiest way to beat Phillies, keep Jalen Hurts off the field. And if you can run the ball that well against them, teams are going to realize this would be somewhat simple to keep him off the field. And I think Indy could find enough success with Jonathan Taylor to do that. Even the Eagles secondary looked a little soft at times. I mean, Terry McLaurin, big game, and just multiple times. I think Curtis Samuel had a huge catch and run, like couldn't get off the field third downs because guys just open, even when it was 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, non-running situations. So a lot of concern for the Eagles defense after last night. I'm still not concerned for their team as a whole. I still think they're one of the best, if not the best in the NFC, but the way their schedule is laid out, there's some more losses coming. I think a lot more teams are going to stay in games with them. Colts, just Saturday, bring Matt Ryan back. Good first game. I think they could do enough to keep it within 6.5 at home here. But when it's all said and done, I'll take the Eagles to find a way to get the job done at the end. I'll go 23-20 Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, Gank, you make a good point, which is what I was going to say is the Commanders did get kind of the blueprint on how to beat the Eagles. You keep Hurts off the field, get a little bit of a lead, and then force them to come from behind where that's not really what he's willing or not, normally playing well. I mean, he obviously didn't play well. This is a weird line to me because this feels like a touchdown game. I'm going to take the Colts to cover, a little bit of stay away from me just because I don't trust the Colts. Everyone's blowing up about Jeff Saturday winning and all this. They beat the fucking Raiders. I mean, like, it's not like they went into Minnesota or Buffalo and won. They beat the Raiders, who were allergic to winning. So I am happy for fantasy wise that John Taylor had a big day, and I think the Eagles can get run on. I just think there's a reason they're 4-5-1. They keep it close. I wouldn't be shocked if they won, but I'm going to take the Eagles to win. Colts cover here. I'm going to go 24-20, but Taylor could have a big day.
Yeah, and I mean, AT just said the Commanders had the footprint, but they were talking on Philly radio. It was actually Houston that kind of exposed them because Dameon Pierce ran all over them, and they're just not as good of a team as Washington was. Washington used what they did. They're a better team, obviously have a better defense, and it worked. And the biggest thing for this Eagles team is they were able to stop the run the first few weeks with Jordan Davis, the first round pick out of Georgia. And then he got hurt. And since he's been hurt, they've been getting gashed on the ground. So as long as he is out, these games with good running attacks, the game should be close. And Eagles, I mean, really could lose, if they can't stop, the running backs again. Jonathan Taylor, obviously one of the best running backs in the game, coming off a huge game at home here. I know the Colts didn't beat anyone great last week, but Matt Ryan came in, played pretty good for his first game in a while. Jeff Saturday obviously had the team ready to go. I think the Colts at home here keep it close. I think the Eagles pull it out. I'm with you, gang, but 6.5 just seems like a lot in a spot where I think everyone's going to be hammering the birds. So I'll take Philly to win, Colts to cover 24-21.
Well, if I see that line touch 7, I'm not thinking about it. I'll drop that bet early too.
Just buy the half point.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, I can, but I'll see if it gets there. If it gets there on its own where I don't have to buy it, that's even better for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Hopping over to the AFC East here. Adam, I didn't let you take one first. I'll give you this one first. And no, any game in the AFC East at this point of the season is going to be a pretty big fucking game. I mean, pretty sure that whole division's above 500. The Jets find a way to go on the road and beat New England and Foxborough here. I'm pretty sure we got the Jets in first place in the AFC East and remain undefeated in division. They are 3.5-point dogs. Over under 38.5. I mean, a division that we expected the Bills to run away with and everybody else, other than maybe Miami, not be so good, is arguably the best division of football next to the NFC East too. Adam, who you like?
So, Gank, I will correct you. Their only loss in division is to the Pats at home. I believe you said that they were undefeated. This is a tough game for me because of that hook. It's just like such a field goal game. I really like the Pats to win this one. I'm going to take the Jets to cover because I see the Pats winning by a touchdown, Pats winning by a field goal. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Pats cover here. Zach Wilson, I think, against the Bill Belichick in New England is a bad matchup. I don't buy Zach Wilson. I didn't buy him from day one. I think that the Jets are winning because their defense is well coached and is really good. And Zach Wilson has shown nothing for me to trust him. They're winning games, but he's not the reason for it. I like the low scoring here, but until the Jets can go in New England and beat the Patriots with Zach Wilson this year, I'm not gonna pick it. And I think the Patriots win by a field goal here, but the Jets will find a way to cover. I'm gonna go 2017 New England.
Yeah, I definitely take the Jets to cover because that hook. I almost want to pick them to win. I'm not going to just because Zach Wilson's short history against New England has not been good. I still buy into Zach Wilson. Still think he could figure it out, get a job done in the NFL. And Adam, you said, Jets defense is really the reason why they are as good as they are. And I think they have a chance in this game because I still don't trust New England's offense. I've been saying that all year. And when you take this defense against an offense I don't trust, I should love the Jets to win. But until I see Zach Wilson fix the mistakes against his team, it's tough for me to pick. I will say this, what the Jets are doing are incredible. I haven't fully bought in yet, even though I do buy into their defense. I mean, them making the playoffs is obviously a likely thing, even though it could be wide open. But if they win this week, this is when I'll officially jump on the Jets bandwagon. But I just don't see it. I'm with you, Adam. I'll take the Jets to cover because of the hook, but I need Zach Wilson to prove me that he could stop turning the ball over so many times against New England. Because if he does, as much as I hate New England's offense, short fields would be enough for New England to win this game. So give me the Pats 17-14.
Yeah, I'm on the Pats. I'm going to take him to cover here too. I don't trust Zach Wilson to go into Foxborough and really keep this game close. They lost, I'm pretty sure, by 5 to the Patriots in MetLife. This Patriots defense, I mean, we're talking about the Jets defense, how it's been pretty good all year. The Patriots defense has been unbelievably good. Maybe, one of the best in the NFL. And obviously, I mean, the track record of Belichick off a bye, I don't know the exact record, but it's got to be pretty fantastic. I mean, the over-under is set at 38.5 for a reason, probably going to go under. But until Zach Wilson and the Jets can show that they can go on the road and win this game, I'm not going to pick it. It's a show-me game for them, and I trust the Patriots defense at home off a bye. So I'll take the Pats to win and cover in a gross one. I'll go 20-14 Patriots.
Typical
Gross
one. I mean, that's Jets Pats for you. I feel like every time it's come up recently, we don't really know how to pick it, but that does seem right for that game this week. I mean, is there snow in the forecast in New England? If Buffalo's to get it that bad too?
I don't know, probably, but I just saw Buffalo.
Right. All right. Up and on, the Commanders, first team to beat Philly this year, now traveling to Houston. Houston 3.5-point home dogs here. Over under 40.5. The big talk all week, once eligible to come off IR. Is he going to be the guy? I mean, I think we all agree that you really can't go back to Wentz right now. It needs to be Taylor Heinicke. I hope it's Taylor Heinicke. I'm going to pick this game, assuming Ron Rivera is smart enough to keep it Taylor Heinicke and say, if that's the case, Washington should have no problem going into Houston and getting a job done here. I mean, Houston's run defense, as we said pre-show, is historically bad. Brian Robinson has looked pretty good running the ball, and even Antonio Gibson has kind of looked like his old self the past couple of weeks too. And you got that deal against his run defense. It just doesn't look good for Houston in that situation. Chase Young is on the verge of coming back too quietly, first time playing possibly about a year or so. So nice key piece for Washington's defense, who in a wild NFL season sitting at 5-5 is by no means out of anything yet. So give me the Commanders to go on the road, get the job done here. I say they cover the 3.5. I will go 24-20.
I kind of thought you were going to take the Texans here. Maybe Chaz will. I'm with you. I like the Commanders a lot. I'm starting to think that Riverboat Ron was all for Heinicke. He seems like a guy that would like the grinder. And GM and/or Dan Snyder kind of said, let's get Carson Wentz. I'm with the Commanders here. I think they're going to win. I think they just had a huge win last week. When you get back Chase Young to that already incredible front four, that's scary. And I don't think the Texans have it in them to give much of a fight here. It's in Houston. It doesn't really scare me. I think Commanders are playing with confidence. Heineke's playing with confidence. And Terry McLaurin hopefully keeps eating for fantasy purposes. So I'm going to take them to win and cover kind of easily here. I think this has a chance to be a blowout, but I'm going to go 28-17 Commanders.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I looked right at it and I was like, ooh, Texans plus 3.5 at home. Give me that. But
I knew it.
I'm going to take the Commanders here. I think it's a bad matchup for the Texans. They're, like I said, I'm pretty sure the second worst in the NFL against running backs. And then the Commanders on the flip side are like top 5 against the run. And obviously Houston loves run the ball with Dameon Pierce. So I just think it's a bad matchup. Obviously, there might be a little overreaction with the Commanders that they just beat the Eagles, in prime time. So an overreaction spot could be in play here, but simply because of the matchup, I just think the Texans matchup really bad here. It's going to fall on Davis Mills. I don't really trust him against the Washington defense. So I'm with you guys. I'm going to take the Commanders to win and cover here. Although I didn't think I was going to in the beginning. Let's go 24-17 Washington.
I knew Chazzy wanted the Texans there first.
I love my Texans getting
He
points.
loves his Texans with points.
I thought I was gonna go Texans too, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough spot. I mean, this next one, good luck picking this one. Rams heading to New Orleans. Saints 4-point favorites at home. Over under 38.5. Two teams I think are disappointments, and the Rams, big blow today. Cooper Kupp getting put on IR. God knows if Matt Stafford's going to be back this week. I don't even know how to pick this game. I'm just going to go with my gut and say that the Rams, regardless, are going to find a way to cover the 4. I don't know who wins because I think it's a field goal game, but I'll take Sean McVay just to find a way to get the job done. I really don't have much on this game. There's no way I'm touching this game. Give me the Rams 2017.
Yeah, I mean, stay away for sure. I'll go with the Rams here, right, because of McVay, and I just kind of think they have a little more to play for because they're 3-6, and you're not completely out of it 3-6. I am very curious to see their offense without Cooper Kupp, because I don't know if he's been hurt recently, but I don't remember. I literally can't remember the Rams playing without Cooper Kupp because I think he's been around since McVay is around or close to it. So we'll see how that goes. I agree, stay away. I'm not betting this game, but I'll take the Rams to win here outright. Just feels like one of those desperate games they got to win, and the Saints are kind of out of it already. So I'll go 2016 LA.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it short too. Stay away. Don't even know who's playing for the Rams, but I think the Saints last week, that loss in Pittsburgh, was probably the dagger in them. So I think the Rams win this game somehow, but definitely not doing anything with it. Let's go Rams 17-16.
Maybe don't hate the Rams +4.
Yeah,
John Walford, here we go.
with that hook.
I just don't see how any team really wins this game by more than 4 anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Giants back at home here against the Lions. Giants 3-point favorites. Over under 46.5. And God, I hate to say this because this always backfires, but I absolutely love the Giants this week. And just the way Wink's been coaching that defense. I know the Giants have been playing all these close games. They did find a way to cover again last week. I'm pretty sure they're the NFL's best, if not tied for the best when it comes to record against the spread. And in this game here, the Giants have played 1 divisional game so far this year. Their next 4 are divisional and still have 1 more in week 18 after that. I mean, this, even at 7-2, I can't believe I'm saying it, but it's a must win for the Giants. They need to get to 8 wins here with all the divisional games they still have on their schedule and everything. The 2 non-divisional games is a road game against Minnesota, home against the Colts. So, like, golden opportunity to get to 8-2 before hitting a part of your schedule, where things really get tough. You're playing a bunch of teams that know you very well. I think the Giants keep doing what they're doing well. Saquon's going to be able to run the ball, find some success, and a Lions offense that has been hit or miss all season long. I think it's a struggle against this Giants defense. Wink, no matter who he's playing, just seems to draw up the right game plan for that defense, and I trust him to have the right game plan for this one here too. I'm not saying the Giants blow anyone out. We know they don't do that, but I do think they win this game by more than 3. I'll take the Giants at home to win and cover here 24-17.
Yeah, gang. So your Giants are 7-2 with a 14-point plus differential, so they have 7 wins by 14 points total. That's a fucking stat. I think the Giants are going to win and cover too. I've seen the Lions enough over the years, and Goff, after 1 or 2 good games, has that terrible game. And this defense seems like that defense in cold weather, not Goff's thing as well. I just feel like the Giants come out and their defense, wins this game. I think offensively they will struggle a little bit early to kind of get it going. This could be an ugly first half, but then Saquon wears down the Lions. 2 big wins in a row. Dan Campbell got his first road win. But those are divisional opponents. I'm not buying it much. I think the Lions lose this one. I think the Giants win by a touchdown. and defensively they kind of take care of business. So I'm gonna go 20-13 Giants, like the under.
Yeah, I'm hopping out with you guys. I'm gonna take the Giants too. I think Gang said it. They have a really tough schedule in front of them, and they've a huge opportunity here at home against a bad Lions defense to get to 8 wins, and I think they need it. So the Lions obviously 2 big wins, comeback win last week. Carlos Santos missed field or extra point was the reason for it, but I think the Giants at home here just find a way. So let's go Giants 27-21.
Let's go Blue, huh? They need this one bad.
Well, that's a game the old Giants would lose, so we'll see.
That's true. But
The one they need bad.
well, the Giants haven't really needed a game bad in a long
That's
time
true.
either. They haven't
That's
been good
true.
enough to need one.
That's fair.
That is very fair. That is very fair.
All right, Adam. Let's hop to your Bears, and just brutal last week against Detroit. Another one of our locks that really looked like it was en route to covering before it wasn't. But here they are, 3-point dogs on the road in Atlanta. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Bears over under 50.5.
I said it pre-show, and I don't think it's people are underestimating their offense. They're overestimating their defense. Like, it is a group of dudes that just have very little experience, talent, whatever you want to call it. This is tough. I have not been good picking the Bears this year because I think they've surprised a lot of people with how their team has gone. I kind of like them to win this game. I know that's a little crazy, but I mean, last week, a lot of self-imposed penalties, and the pick 6 was kind of the difference that Fields threw, which is unfortunate because he's been playing great, obviously. And I mean, I didn't think I'd be saying this, but I think the Bears really do have their guy the next 2-3 years for sure. Their defense is so bad. And the way Mariota played, I am not going to take the Falcons to win a game. He played terrible against the Panthers, and until the Falcons show me that they can win that one, I'm going to take the Bears to win this game outright. I kind of see it as worst case scenario push, but I'm curious to see where you guys are at. Chazzy and his Falcons, we'll see. I'm going to go the Bears to win. I like the points, and I kind of like the over here. I'm going to go 27-24 Chicago.
Yeah, I don't like the Bears to win this game outright too. And truthfully, Fields, especially in terms of fantasy, has been incredible the past few weeks. And he's young. He's going to learn from this. You see, you live and you learn. But at the same time, too, Justin Fields was the same reason why you were in and winning that game. And Justin Fields the same reason why you lost that game last week. So, that's just a young quarterback learning. He's going to learn from those mistakes. That pick 6 was brutal. But, hey, year's over anyway. Better to learn from them now than fucking later on in life when it matters. And with that said, I think Fields is going to have a field day against this Atlanta defense and kind of get the job done. Atlanta, after a surprising start to the season, is starting to come into form into the team we all expected them to be this year. And I think they're getting Chicago at the wrong time. This Bears offense is no joke. It officially can't be overlooked anymore. And they're going to put up a big number on Atlanta. And while, Adam, we all know the Bears defense is pretty terrible too. I just think Fields, the way he's playing right now, could do more than what this Atlanta offense could do. Should actually be an entertaining football game to watch. If you like points, I'm with you on the over here, Adam. Give me the Bears 28-24 outright.
Yeah, I'm still not over this under from last week. I voiced my opinion in the pre-show, but 20 points a half, and I was feeling great. But I'm with you guys here on the over this week. I think
Chazzy's on the Bears over.
Not divisional game, not in Soldier Field, but I'm gonna take the Bears plus the 3. But I think the Falcons find a way to win this game because it just means more for them, and they're at home. I think the Bears, obviously, Justin Fields, I'm pretty sure has put up 50 fantasy points in 2 straight weeks. Like, the dude is playing out of his mind, and but you just said it. Their defense is just really bad, and the Falcons, I think, I mean, they're not an offense that's, going to light up many teams, but when you have a defense that bad on the road against a team that is pretty much in a must win, I think the Falcons just somehow find a way to win it. So high scoring should be fun. Falcons, maybe a Young Hoku walk off. I'll go Falcons 28-27.
I can't believe the Bears are like all of a sudden like turn them on TV and watch her.
High octane offense. They actually have that for the first time in Chicago Bears history.
They're just shootout football games.
Dude, bro, and like they're not scoring by accident. Like they're actually scheming up plays. Like Cole Kmet was wide open for a 50-yard touchdown last year. Like you don't see that in Chicago.
Well, for some reason, they traded everything to move up and get Fields and spent a whole year and a half without putting any faith in the guy. Like letting him learn what he could do.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope
for the longest time.
I just hope they follow the blueprint of like Bills, who else? Bengals, where they just like surround the guy with talent. Just go get a Diggs or AJ Brown or Jamar Chase somehow. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Right.
But they got, well, to be fair to them, there's no free agent. There's no free agent studs this year. So unless they trade for somebody.
No, but
they'll go the Ravens route and just put absolutely dog shit around them.
That I hope doesn't happen.
Yes, I know they have Mark Andrews, but they refuse to sign a fucking
refused. What'd you say, Genk?
I still think the Bears, I mean, you have a first round pick again this year. Still think they're better off to hold than both those second round picks and throwing the dice on someone in the draft than Chase Claypool, honestly.
I agree.
We'll see how that plays out, though. I mean, worth a shot. Never know. Don't worry, we got a Chiefs game coming up, and I can't wait to talk about Kadarius Toney because
it's your boy.
I've already learned enough there. All right. Speaking of the AFC West, though, here we go. Raiders in Denver. Denver 2.5-point home favorites here. Over under 41.5, and the AFC West, all the hype this year. Fortunately, looking like the Chiefs running away, not falling on the Chargers Sunday night game. We'll get to that. Let's get back to these teams because these two teams have been the big disappointments of that division and two of the bigger disappointments in the NFL. Derek Carr, you're my dude. I love you. Stop fucking crying in the press game conference, though. Like, what are we doing? I don't know what that's bringing to the team here. With that said, I like Denver to win this game. I actually kind of love the over here. And I know, Adam, we brought up the stat.
Here we go.
Denver would be 8-1 had they scored at least 18 points in regulation. But no, that one loss would have been to the Raiders. And I'm not saying the Raiders are coming to Denver and score a ton of points, but I do think they do enough to help get this game over 41.5 because Russ's best fantasy, best game of his short Bronco career so far has come against Vegas, and I think he's going to get even a better one here at home. I expect Denver to score in the high 20s here, and Derek Carr knows his team well enough to at least hit a 17-20 number and get the job done for the over. I got this game 27-20 Denver, so I do have Denver covering, but the over is my play here.
Broncos over. I don't know about that one. This is a stay away game for me. Like, I think the Raiders win this, but the Broncos got more on the line because if the Broncos win, they're still 4-6. I'm going to come to Derek Carr's defense a little bit. I've been a huge Derek Carr guy, and Genk, you actually have too. I know that, but I mean, clearly the guy's just been in dysfunction for so long. And I think he was kind of hinting at some guys aren't playing hard enough, blah, blah. But either way, I'm a Derek Carr guy, so I'm going to take the Raiders to win this game. Like I said last week, everybody, you guys were on the Broncos, and I was saying Titans. And until they show me that they can actually score points, I'm not going to take them to cover a spread. So I'm going to take the Raiders to cover this one and win outright. I wouldn't be shocked if Denver did win it by like 1 point on a game-winning field goal. Over underwise, I agree, Gank. The over does kind of seem good, but it's a little tricky with Denver's just unbelievable defense. And I guess Sertan will play Devontae most of the day, so that should be an interesting matchup. I kind of like low scoring, but I'll take the Raiders to win. I guess I got the over, but I'll take them 23-20 Denver or 23-20 Vegas.
Yeah, this is, I mean, probably a stay away, but I'm with Gank. I'm gonna take the Broncos.
Here we
Um,
go.
I took them last week. Thought we were gonna see a good Broncos team, but they went into Tennessee and played a good defense, which is something they don't have to do this week. The Raiders defense, really isn't anything to be too scared of. And I mean, Denver's offense, yes, hasn't looked great. They lost Judy, but at home, I mean, Gank brought it up. Their best offensive performance this year, what did come in Vegas, they come back home. I don't think they want to, have a completely lost season. Win here brings them to 4-6. I think, I don't know. It's more of a gut feel than anything, but I'll take the Broncos 24-20.
Let's go Denver, huh? Get a job done. It's crazy too, because as you said, Denver wins this game, they get to 4-6. And the way the NFL is laid out, that's got them right back in it this season. But we'll see what happens there. Just go score some points. Here comes, well, I think it's the most interesting game of the week. I'm sure you guys may agree here. Dallas heading to Minnesota. Dallas 1.5 point favorites here. Over under 47.5. And I mean, like I said, biggest, probably most interesting game of the week. And I'm actually torn on this because the fact is they're obviously daring you to bet Minnesota at home here, I think, making them the underdogs. And this Dallas team coming off a blown loss to Green Bay too. Dallas, America's sweethearts, everyone says. Everybody's probably betting them. Could be a reason why they're favorite. So I'm absolutely torn on this spread. So I'm going to go with my gut was thinking when I initially first looked at this game. And that's Minnesota's actually get the job done here at home, because when you look at Dallas, their defense is obviously very good. Offense has been better with Dak. Team itself overall very good, but Dallas's secondary is very boom or bust, and I don't think that's a trait you want to have when you're playing Kirk Cousins right now and Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and T.J. Hawkinson, a guy like Dalvin Cook in the backfield. It doesn't feel like the right matchup for me for Dallas, especially coming into Minnesota, who's been red hot. It does feel like a spot for Minnesota to get a loss, but I'm not ready to pick it yet. The spread scares the shit out of me, so I'll probably stay away from it as a gambler. Even the over-under, I think, is pretty fucking close. But I'll take the Vikings to get the job done at the end, and it's a very interesting football game at this point of the season. I'll go Vikings 24-23.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Toss up. I wouldn't want to bet this either. I'm talking myself out of the Cowboys just because it feels like their defense is going to bounce back. It's a tough game. I'm going to take the Vikings to win, not confidently, because I could see Cowboys. I think the Cowboys just got unlucky playing in Green Bay last week. I think any team that played in Green Bay last week was going to lose that game. It was just Rodgers 3-6 at home. I do like the under. I think the Vikings offensive line struggles a little bit against that front seven. They struggle to run. I think it's a close one. I think the Vikings find a way to win, but I could see this going either way. True toss-up. Should be a great game to watch. I'm going to go 23-20 Minnesota.
Yeah, this is tough. Obviously a big Viking backer this year, so I'm going to take them here because I think I said it when we were talking about the Bills game. If the Vikings can get the 1 seed, they have a legit shot at making the Super Bowl. And I think this is a game they have to win because obviously, Philly got the first loss, and I mean Dallas is going to be up there too. But the Vikings need to win these home games if they want a shot at that 1 seed. And I think they know if they want a legit shot at going to the Super Bowl, they have to be one or the 2 seed and probably the 1. So huge win last week. Obviously a letdown spot. Dallas coming off a brutal loss. My gut was telling me Dallas, but I'm not picking against the Vikings here. I think too much. And I said it last week too. The addition of TJ Hawkinson is massive. I think he has 17 catches in 2 games. Obviously, good connection with Kirk, and I mean that offense is just really hard to stop. So I'll go Vikings. Find a way to win it here at home. Let's go 27-24 Vikings.
This is a big game for Kirk, and we all just picked him to win. So
I
think
believe
it's
in
gonna
Kirk
be-
this year.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little more so not him winning it, just kind of maybe Cowboys losing it or low scoring Vikings day.
Well, truthfully, this is the best team Kirk has ever been on to.
Oh yeah,
In terms of, like,
Oh
talent.
yeah, I mean, there's
So,
yeah, definitely.
like, a lot of those other years, he's been playing well and showing well, but like, kind of had to do a lot himself that he wasn't able to do. He's got some bailout options this year, and I think that's finally helping him. All right. AFC North battle here. Steelers 4.5-point home dogs to the Bengals. Over under 41.5. Chaz, her Ravens' biggest threat are these Bengals. They either go on the road and beat Pitt here.
yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm hoping the Steelers could pull it out, but I just don't have much confidence in that. I will say I think they cover the spread 4.5 in any AFC North game. I will take, even if it's the Steelers. But the Bengals, I think, will find a way to win this. They're coming off a bye. Still no Jamar Chase yet, but just obviously a week to get some guys healthy. And but going into Pitt, these games are always close. These two teams absolutely hate each other from the Burfict and Brown days. And Pittsburgh's gonna be ready to play in this one. Obviously, they got a win last week, and the addition of TJ Watt obviously is a huge help to their defense. So I think it stays close. I think Cincinnati pulls it out in the end. Another low-scoring AFC North showdown, but Bengals pull it out just barely. I'll go 21-20 Bengals.
Yeah, I kind of like the Steelers to, force the Bengals offense to struggle a little bit. This was a close game earlier in the year. I think. Didn't the Steelers win in Cincy? Or was that like the overtime? I remember it was a crazy game. Maybe the Bengals.
Was it week
squeaked by.
1?
I think so. Where it was
I
like
think the
ridiculous.
Steelers didn't win that game. Yeah.
Like it was a crazy game. Like Jamar Chase scored a touchdown with like 3
Oh
seconds.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like they
And
left it wide
McPherson
open.
McPherson missed the extra point, I think.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that was it. I kind of like the Steelers to cover here. I don't think they're going to win it outright. I really wouldn't be shocked because TJ Watt comes back to that defense last week and they play really well.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful. Divisional game. They know each other well. I do like the low scoring as well. No Jamar Chase. Kind of smells like a little bit of an upset. I'm talking myself into it. But that being said, I'm going to take the Bengals to squeak one out here in Pittsburgh. Wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh walked away with a win to keep themselves in playoff contention a little bit. I'm going to go 2017, Cincy.
Yeah, I don't hate the potential upset pick here. But while the addition of TJ Watt for that Steelers defense, I mean, it's really night and day. Incredible how much he can bring to the defense and how much better they are with him and without him. But with that said, I mean, Kenny Pickett and this Steelers offense just isn't it. I do think the Steelers keep it within that 4.5, but Bengals offense to me just has too much firepower for the Steelers to kind of hang around when it's all said and done. I think both defenses could be on the field for the decent bit in this game. I'm not expecting a whole lot of offense early, and when it's all said and done, I'll take the Bengals offense over the Steelers at the end of the game to make the play that matters more. So I'll take the Bengals to win, Steelers to cover. I'll go 20-17. AFC West again Sunday night now here. This is that Chiefs Chargers game we were talking about. Chiefs 6.5-point favorites heading to LA here. Over unders at 50. First things first, I'm gonna bring out Kadarius Toney because it's been 1-2 weeks with him, and this guy's 2-3 weeks away from about being everything Tyreek Hill was in that offense with fucking Patrick Mahomes. I already seen enough to start thinking that could be the case. I mean, we know Tony's fast. We know what he could do. He's making guys miss already in a Pat Mahomes offense, and I am just ready for Tony to start going off in this with this team as this season goes along, but I'll rant about that more as the season goes along. In terms of this game, we know I'm going to pick the Chargers plus 6.5 here. I still love the Chargers. I mean, if you want to throw a dart at a bet, take the Chargers to win the Super Bowl because this team's been banged up all year. Justin Herbert's been banged up all year. Keenan Allen's finally close to being back. Should have Mike Williams back sooner than later. Guys on defense coming back, and all these pieces are starting to come back for the Chargers. And as much as they've been questioned all year, they've still lingered above 500 and are in a prime spot to get healthy at the right time, get hot at the right time, and make a run at the right time. Believe all of us, I'm not sure if all of us, I think at least me and Chaz, I'm not sure. I picked the Chargers to win this division. At this point, it's probably the Chiefs, but the Chargers could still get hot. Starts with this game at home here. I mean, Justin Herbert should be able to have some success against his Chiefs secondary. Chargers almost beat them earlier in the season. Not ready to pick the Chargers to beat them here, but I think they definitely keep it within the 6.5. So I hate to do this. I want to pick the Chargers to win, but I'll go with the Chiefs to win. Chargers definitely cover. Fun Sunday night game, 31-28.
Yeah, wasn't this the game last year when Kelsey had like the walk-off touchdown and they won? Like he had like that's what I
Kelsey
call it.
had a terrible fantasy day and then caught like between the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and overtime, caught like 3 passes for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yes, that's right. And I think one was a walk-off, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was.
I kind of agree. I like the Chargers to cover. They play close games. And the Chiefs, this is a tough one. This should be a fun game to watch. I think the Chiefs find a way to win. To clarify, Gank, I did still have the Chiefs winning the West. But I just pick them every year to win it, so it's not that crazy. I think the Chargers cover. I mean, yeah, they do. So
yeah,
I think the Chargers cover. I wouldn't be shocked if they won, but I kind of like the Chiefs just to find a way to win this game close again because they usually do, and Chargers usually lose these close games. Over under wise, I always like the Chiefs over, but you just never know because it could be 30 and then next thing you know, it's over 50. I'm going to go Chiefs win here, Chargers cover. I'm going to go 30-27 Kansas City.
This should probably be the most fun game, I think, of the weekend. Definitely on the over. Absolutely love the over. And I'm going to pick the upset. I think the Chargers win this game. I think the Chiefs still win the division. But if you think about the last 2 times the Chargers have played the Chiefs, the walk-off last week or the walk-off last year in LA, and then the game this year in Kansas City where Herbert got hurt, came back, got the backdoor cover for America. But like 2 really tough losses for the Chargers against this team. And I know they're banged up. And obviously the Chiefs are high-powered offense, and everyone's going to probably pick them this week. But Chargers are a good team still, and I think Herbert is going to ball out this week. So I think the Chargers find a way to win it because it just feels like they're due to give the Chiefs a loss. So I think they win, stay in the AFC West for now. I think the Chiefs still win it. But fireworks, I'm going to go 34-31 Chargers.
That's a fun football game.
I think this would be a fun one. I'm excited for this. Thank God. Wasn't this supposed to be like the Steelers Bengals too?
Yes, correct. And it got flexed
on Sunday night. Good move, NFL. Way to start learning that remembering you can flex these games because they've had it for years and they refuse to do it half the times. I feel like. All right, Monday Night Football. I believe in Mexico this year, if I remember seeing those commercials, right? Or this week, if I remember seeing those.
Yep, that's right.
Last night. Niners 8-point favorites here against the Cardinals. Over under 43.5. And Adam, based off this coaching matchup, I don't know if you're willing to lay 8 points in a bet, but I'm going to take the Cardinals plus 8 here. I'm hoping Kyler is playing. I'm hoping Kyler is going to play, but I'm going to take the Cardinals plus 8 here. As much as I love the Niners, as much as I have hyped them up, thinking they are one of the legit Super Bowl contenders in the NFC. Team's kind of been back and forth with injuries this year. Big trade for McCaffrey, and they just haven't shown me consistency yet where they should really be 8-point favorites over anyone. If Kyler Murray is playing for Arizona, I do think there's enough that could be done for the Cardinals to stay in this game. I'm honestly to pick the Niners to win. I don't see really a way in which Arizona could beat San Fran, but I do think they could keep it close and somewhat respectable as long as Kyler's out there. San Fran's defense obviously won the best, but there is some problems with their secondary. When you got D-Hop and a Kyler connection coming at you, that could prove to be an issue. So give me the Niners to win, Cardinals to cover. I will go 23-17.
Nah, Gek, I'm not giving you this one. You got bailed out because freaking backup quarterbacks Colt McCoy played his heart out last week.
Those Rams suck.
Yeah, well, the only way that McVay loses to Cliff is with Kyler's not the quarterback. So, no, that being said, I'm not going to lay 8 points here. I would be shocked if the Cardinals won this game. I don't know who's starting. This is that typical thing that happens when a backup quarterback comes in that doesn't make mistakes. The defense just plays 10 times better. This shit happens every year. Like, it's just ridiculous. I think the Cardinals cover. I wouldn't be shocked if they won because Niners feel a little due for the loss. They didn't play that well on Monday night and still got that win, or Sunday night, whatever it was. I like the under. I like a boring kind of game. I do always enjoy the fans of Mexico City because they get after it. And I will take the Cardinals to cover. Niners win. I'm gonna go 2017.
Yeah, I'm gonna go same score as AT. Cardinals cover the 8. Honestly, for this line, I think it would be better if Colt McCoy plays.
Yep.
Honestly, which is kind of crazy to say, but I mean, like I said it last week. The Cardinals are just simply not a good team. The Rams simply are not a good team. That game was really hard to watch. The Niners are going to win this game. What I do not understand is the Niners gave up a shit ton for Christian McCaffrey and then gave more running back carries to Elijah Mitchell. Like, I just don't get it. They said it'll be a split going forward, but I mean, I feel like you just got to put that guy on the field and let him work. But either way, I think the Cardinals cover this. Niners win. I'll go same score as AT, 2017.
What do we have different this week?
I don't feel like there was a lot at all.
I don't know if there was either.
Did we even disagree on it?
We can keep going through, but were you on the Raiders?
Yeah.
That's one.
Oh, you have the Broncos winning?
Yeah.
I don't want to bet the Raiders. What else do we disagree on, dude?
That.
I think there's only one other. Did you take the Browns or the Bills?
Took the Browns to cover.
So did I.
Ravens game.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Those are our two options. Wow. Wow. And I lost last week, so I get to pick.
Yeah.
All right, give me a sec here. This is brutal. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna take the Raiders. I almost switch. I switched and have the Ravens cover, so I'm gonna take the Raiders. That would really be the only one I feel any confidence with. So
oh, that's fun.
I don't want to bet Jim Harbaugh off a bye. I don't want to touch that. So
I was hoping you were just gonna take 12.5 points and hope for the best.
nah, it's fine. Whatever. I get to root against Russ and Nathaniel Hackett, who's like the worst coach of all time.
Yeah, it might be.
Not
All
wrong.
right. Locks times. I got my 3 written down already. I'm not changing it. I actually kept my list small this week picking first. It was really if I absolutely loved it, I wrote it down. I had 4 written down. I crossed one out. So Adam, if you want to ride with them again, your Bears +3 are getting back to you. With that said, I got a similar pattern to last week. 2 of these things won for me last week. I took the Chargers +7 last week. I'm taking them +6.5 this week. Hopefully, like I said, I do think they can win this game outright. would not surprise me. They almost beat them earlier in the year, and I still love this team. I think this team's to get healthy at the right time. I think they're worth their Super Bowl dart. If you want to make a bet on them, why not? Another bet I did last week, I took the over in the Vegas game. It got the job done. I'm doing that again this week because I think Denver's in a good spot where they could score in the high 20s. And, well, Vegas does know this team. And like that said, Denver 8-1 if they just scored 18 points in regulation. That one loss would have been against Vegas. So hopefully they can just find a way. If Vegas scores, 17 points this game, I think that game goes over with ease. And the final one, I'm going to take the Colts plus 6.5 against the Birds.
Wow, well, Kank, you didn't take any of mine, and somehow we agreed on 15 games. We're gonna start tomorrow night. Gonzo -3. That's just I've watched Rodgers destroy the Bears too many years to think he's gonna lose this game and knock off. I've seen it, and he's gonna do it. And we're also gonna go. I don't think Chaz can take this one from you, but we're gonna go down to Houston. I'm gonna take the Commanders -3. Scary line. They could lay an egg after a huge win, but I just think they're playing with confidence, and I really like them.
Is it -3 or 3.5?
I think it's 3.5. That's what mine says. Does yours say that or no?
3.5. You said 3.
Oh, my bad. I said 3. Okay, yeah, mine's 3.5. Sorry.
Big hook right
Yeah, no, it is. You're right.
People wrong.
You're 100% right. That's on me, boys. I got to decide between these two here. Oh, man. Dude. I'm gonna take 3 favorites. Whatever. I like it. I'm gonna go Giants -3. Those are the 3 I picked pre-show, and that's what I like.
I'm so glad you did that because I honestly like the Giants too, but I don't lock them in anymore.
Yeah, I gotta
I'll
stop
let you
locking the
guys
Bears.
do that.
Yeah, I know. I gotta. Yeah.
All right. Picking last is obviously never fun.
Tough.
I'm going to start. It's going to be the same game as Gank, but I'm going over 50 in KC,
Nice.
LA.
Probably means for lingering around 500 and
Yep.
that game coming down.
However that game goes. Yep. Second, I don't love it, but I'm picking third, and we all think they win. So I'm gonna take the Vikings plus 1.5.
Oh, wow.
Going to game, Kirk. And then my last one.
20 Dallas at that point. Then. I'm fine with that.
And then my last one will go. I want to pick all right. I never do this, but I like it. We're going Ravens -12.5.
There it is.
That game got out of hand quick.
Chasmore will be in attendance, so we need it.
Oh, you got this week?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going? Nice.
Yeah.
Who are you going with?
I got tickets with work, so.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So me and Big Chaz are going.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you get to see Lamar.
I know. Well, I'll be driving home.
Oh shit, he's gonna be all right. He's gonna have to watch that in the car.
Yeah.
They'll find a way. They got car chargers.
He'll
too.
pull it up. Yeah, I'll pull it up on it.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah. All right, boys. I mean, one time can we at least hit 6-3? I feel like we've been 5-4 all season too.
I feel like every week it's been that.
AT with the
nickel and dime our way above 500, but like we just need that one like 7-2 week to like launch us and just roll with it. We haven't had that yet this year.
AT with the 3 -3 spreads.
3 -3s.
Well, the 3.5, but still
3.5's one.
see how it works out for him.
I don't like that, but dude, those are the 3 I picked pre-show.
I really was rattled. You picked Green Bay. I thought I was going to get that.
That just screams the first push of the year is coming in Adams thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that Giants push could be very, very possible with the Lions.
Yeah.
Losing by 3. I mean, that's fucking
Especially a typical Lions game too. Giants field goal at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gano from like 55.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So they're
Heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, boys.